All right. I'm trying to get I'm trying to share it over to what's the place called? Twitter. Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing well. We're a few minutes early. I like to come on and give people time to get into the room.
You still let my Hello Kitty. It's a Hello Kitty horoscope.
Okay. Cool. So are you into astrology?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a Scorpio.
Okay. I'm a Gemini.
Oh, I'm just kidding. I was watching
this TikTok.
We ain't got the cow coat on. We got on checkerboard.
Today, and it was like, what's the birth sign? And everybody said a Gemini.
Yeah. You ain't even know I was coming back like that.
So I was like,
I mean, isn't Tyrese a Gemini?
What? Tyrese?
I want to say he's a May one though. Like he's different.
Yeah, Scorpios are the best. Everybody who knows.
Absolutely. I've got my favorite cousin is a Scorpio. And my uncle's a Scorpio as well.
Bro,
so I feel my family.
I like the Scorpio love, but yo,
and we're the best,
baby.
We keep things interesting. That's for sure.
Absolutely. So we're at time. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. But first and foremost, I do want to thank you for, first of all, accepting my interview request, and just showing up, because you could be anywhere, but you decided to be here with me. So thank you.
Oh,
thank you for letting me do my first interview with you.
Oh,
absolutely.
Hey, yo, somebody get in contact with her. Tell her I want to interview y'all. Who gonna help me track her down, baby?
I believe everybody knows who you are. But in the event that someone is scrolling, would you mind introducing yourself and just giving us a little bit about you, who you are, and what your background is in?
Yeah, of course. Okay, so I'm attorney Angela D. Williams. I was on the YSL trial. I represented Redalius Ryan. I was the quiet one. Because as you could tell, if you were watching, you could tell like nobody ever really mentioned his name. So I had no reason to keep getting up. And then, of course, when he took his plea, I was not there. So that just sucks.
Well, the people want to know where you was at, because we saw water and an island. I said, my girl is on the boat. So where did you go?
Right. Okay. So I planned this cruise in July of 2023. Right. And I was under the impression the state said it would only take like 6 months. And I was like, okay, worst case scenario, this should be over by like July 2024. If we start in January, we should be good.
I think we all had the same look. I think we still have the same look every day.
Right? Because I just knew that the trial would be over by the end of October, because it was my birthday. So I was like, yay.
I can't wait till I get my TV teeth, man. I'm going to talk with a smile.
Let me go on this cruise. I was in the islands. It was fun.
I swear I ain't going to never close my mouth.
I just had, Ryan in the back of my head.
Oh, well, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
It had to be, and I won't get too much into the YSL.
What?
The YSL questions, but I know it had to be a bittersweet moment to get the call and to know that a deal had been reached. How did it make you feel while you were on your trip?
So, because I was out of the country and I'm cheap.
Fuck you mean? She wasn't in on the debating part about the deal? What you mean? He got a deal and what she heard on the back end? That's crazy.
I didn't know until I got back to the boat. And I had like 100 messages. I was like, that's more than normal. It's not even my birthday. I was like, oh no, what happened? And then everybody was like, oh, he took a plea. I was like, whoa, okay, what happened?
Oh, you ain't know.
I would like to be the one to have been there to, tell the judge who he was, tell the world who he was, because everybody has an idea, but they don't really know who he was.
Wow.
Okay. we're gonna hold off on that for just a moment. We're gonna back up a little bit. And just
birthday wishes, everybody. Thank you. Sorry.
No. Please engage. So again, just backing up just a little bit. What inspired you to pursue a career in law?
Oh.
Okay, so honestly, I have a special needs son, and just trying to work the education system was difficult. And I was like, I don't understand why you have to almost be a lawyer just to understand how to get him all the services he needed.
Because it's done intentionally, and we're not going to get into it, but let me relax.
And that's what actually made me want to go to law school, to kind of do education law. I was like, I'm never going
And you learned what?
to go to a courtroom. I wanted to do like maybe Social Security or something, or compliance. I did not want to do criminal. And then I took a class and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe the criminal justice system is like this. I didn't know it was that corrupt. I didn't know like a lot of the reasons for the criminal laws that we have. When I found out, it just...
Tell us. Please explain.
It pissed me off. It did piss me off.
You didn't seem pretty pissed while you were in court. Tell us.
And I was like, yeah, I'm still not going to do that criminal stuff though, because that's crazy. And then my first job out of law school was a legal assistant for somebody. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh, can you look at this murder case? I was like, oh, sure. And then I was intrigued. I was putting pieces together.
You was being nosy.
Drafting a memos for her. She was like, you should do criminal. This is really good. And then she was like, you need to work at the public defender's office because you need to get some trial experience and then you can come back. And then I went in the public defender's office and then COVID happened.
Oh.
And you've been there ever since, and Shorty gone? Damn.
Oh.
Right.
Hold up, you only got 2 cornrows on the top?
Right. So I was like, okay, well, I like it.
You got the Queen Latifahs? What that is?
I love meeting the clients. I love hearing their stories because you just hear like their crimes and you're like, oh, that defines the person, and that's not true. Yeah. Like everybody has a reason why they're there. So I think their story is so important to get out there.
Absolutely.
That African lady ain't used all the hair you gave her. I know you gave her 4 to 6 packs of hair to use. That she shorted you. Go back. She in there? Is she in there?
Absolutely. We have that in common. I have a special needs son as well. And so
What?
I definitely understand the IEP meetings, arguing.
Hold
I'm
on.
not going to say arguing with the doctor.
Argue. Just say it, argue.
Arguing with the doctors, getting them to understand that I am my child's advocate and what I say matters.
Hold on, bro. This a new theme in the Black community? Special needs kids. It's an uptick in this? What's up with this?
So I definitely understand how that feels. So educational law, I heard you say that was your first choice. Would you ever consider going back now that you've been doing defense?
No. Because I think I would get like way too attached because of my son. Yeah. And when the school tells you no, you're like, what do you have to lose? Like,
yeah.
What's the problem? Why are you telling me no? Like, see, I'm getting mad now. So see, that's not going to work because I'm going to get all hype and then there's nobody around but me, the teacher, principal, and it's going to be a mess.
Yeah. No, I completely get it. So how long have you been practicing law? How about that?
Since 2020.
Oh, it's okay. That explains it though, because Doug refers to you as the little sister in the courtroom. Yeah. So I can imagine that this was just like a big learning experience for you, right?
It was huge. I got all the trial experience ever. I know everybody's like, oh, she's just being quiet because she doesn't know. Like, no, it's because if you don't say his name, what do I need to say something for?
So you was reading the comments.
The math got a math.
So you was reading the comments.
It has to.
What about when I defended you and said you wasn't that bad? I didn't say that about her, y'all. Remember? Remember, y'all? I defended her. Pay attention, y'all. I went against the grain. It was easy to throw her under the bus. I ain't like the coat. Yeah, I had my jokes about the coat. But on her skill set, I told people lay back. Like, yo, you mean? First off, I said what she said, which is, yo, Lil Rod ain't even included in this shit, to be honest. But even when she did speak, I'm like, yo, she ain't even that bad. I think she getting the short end of the stick because technically she is the rookie in that motherfucker. And her client don't need to be spoke about. But in context, I don't think she technically that bad. I think she should have had a little bit of more firmness in her voice when she got up to speak. I think what she was saying would have hit a little bit harder. But technically, I vouch for her. I ain't throw her under the bus just because she ain't speak. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the only time I had to talk is when, like, a random people like, yeah, I do know him. From where, 40-year-old man? What are you talking about? And then I had to ask him questions, and it turns out, yeah, he didn't know him. Duh.
That is too funny. So, do you actually have siblings?
I'm only child.
Oh, so how did it feel being embraced that way by experienced attorneys?
I was actually kind of surprised. I thought they would be more cliquish or standoffish, like, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing, get
Because that's how it normally is if the camera's not in there.
away. I mean, I have my own team of attorneys that people don't know about. But you guys did get to meet her, Leah Bossy. She was one of the people helping me behind the scenes. And then there were several other, like, way more experienced attorneys who were helping me out with strategy, going over the case with me. So it wasn't always just me. It was always a team of attorneys behind him.
Mm-hmm. So I think there's a lot of confusion about how you became Lil Rod's attorney. Would you mind explaining that to the people to set the record straight?
Okay. I mean, I feel like everybody knows I said OnlyFans, but so somebody that I knew from way back when, they were basically begging for attorneys for this YSL case because apparently experienced attorneys knew that it was going to take a while. And initially they were only paying $1,500 to take the whole case.
Told y'all niggas was taking wholesale.
So who's going to do that? I even said no to that. I was like, 15? No. And then they upped it to 75 and they were like, well, you get your trial experience, I was like, okay, sure. They're like, he was already convicted. I was like,
So this already not a fair trial, y'all, when they got to force people because of the judicial system and the economic options for the trial won't even allow you to take this many people to court. Y'all see the game? That proved it was a play. Look what she said. It's not, they couldn't even afford to get people. It's not even lucrative enough for lawyers to invest this much time unless you got a client that's fucking rich. Look what she's saying. So technically, when you take a RICO with a rapper at the top and you bring all these people with them, they already know they not even ready to be properly represented. So they dropped the ball, yo. They blew their whole shit up. Look, they exposed themselves. Because remember they told us they wanted everybody to have proper counsel. They don't want dudes to be popping up and, the dudes at the bottom of the RICO is got a bullshit lawyer in comparison. Pay attention to what they done told us and look what she's saying now. See? I knew we was going to catch little elements that tell on them, y'all. Look, I'm telling you, pay attention. Now, I looked into the types of lawyers. What they got is basically it's not enough lawyers total. They got the public defenders, which is a lawyer basically trying to get his foot in the door of being a lawyer. He needs some experience. Then you got the C3, which is lawyers who not booked regularly, so they'll file with the state so they can be public defenders that's slightly better than the public defender, but they're getting paid wholesale by the state. Then you got attorneys that don't need to be C3. They got their own practice and they get booked enough because they good. You see the game? So now out of all three different types of these lawyers, you got this group of available lawyers. Now, when you get a RICO and you got somebody high ranking at the top, it starts this thing with, all right, if his co-defendants don't have equivalent lawyers, then you're almost shorting them, which they showed us at the beginning of the trial. They said they didn't have enough good lawyers to be spread to 28 co-defendants. Remember? They told on themselves, y'all.
So why are we here? And so then, so I got appointed to his case. I got appointed to his case in November of 2022.
Mhm.
So me and him first met in November 2022. Of course, I'm appointed, so it's not really a public defender. I have my own private practice, but basically the public defender's office had conflicts, so you get a private attorney to come in. So I was his private attorney that came in. But of course, since I was appointed to him, most people don't like public defenders. They're like, no, you're just going to take a plea. You're not going to do anything. So, of course, there was a little bit of hostility, which is fine. I'm used to it. But me and him built a beautiful relationship. And we got to know each other. I started reading his case because, of course, he didn't like hire me. So I don't know his case. He didn't tell me his story.
Mhm.
So as I'm getting to know him, I'm also learning his case. So we had contentious start, but that's okay. But after I got to know him,
So you started representing him before you ever read into his case. And we actually got to see the turmoil of y'all not being on the same page because you was just thrown on this case and you didn't get proper time to represent him. So you was just thrown on the case at the last minute. Okay. And you was still bargaining on your wages before you ever read into the case because you ain't even think you was going to take it. All right.
he's so smart. He's so smart. I just hate that Mariah the liar did what she did.
Yeah, I think we all do. So how do you take the time to get to know someone in a situation like this, right? Because I can imagine that it might have been difficult for him coming out of a situation where he had an attorney and it kind of turned out the way that it did to getting another attorney, and now he has to go through another trial. Like, how did you overcome any obstacles on making the connection with him?
Like I always told him from the get-go, I was like, look, based on what I'm seeing in this case, and I'm trying to go through everybody's stuff, and after a while I was by myself, so I was like, I need somebody to tell me, hey, did you see my client in your stuff? Did you see my client in your stuff? They were like, no. I was like, okay, so this is going to be our strategy. We're not saying anything until it's your turn. I was like, because nobody knows you. Nobody has any interaction with you. I was like, do you even know these people? Because they're all like grown. I feel like you were maybe like 10 when all this stuff started. And he was like, not really. I was like, so what are we here for? And I think me and him just talking about, what are you here for? I think he realized, like, no, I'm not going to be one of those attorneys. Like, no, you're taking a plea.
Yeah.
So I think when he realized I was really like into his case and really like, I don't think you did this. What's going on? I think it really kind of changed everything.
Yeah. I can, as a person who, like, I used to be a cheerleader and I used to connect with like the younger kids. Like, I used to be a cheerleader and I used to connect.
You used to be a cheerleader. That's why the fuck you keep smiling. God damn it.
With like the younger kids. And it's sometimes finding that ground can be difficult, but when you build that trust through something just as simple as paying attention or just listening to whatever they have to say, things just become a lot easier. So I definitely understand that. I want to kind of shift back just a little bit again, to get just your feelings around the Georgia RICO law itself. What are your initial thoughts on that?
Am I allowed to curse?
No.
It's BS. I don't think state courts should do RICO.
Whoa.
On that. To get just your feelings around the Georgia RICO law itself. What are your initial thoughts on that?
Am I allowed to curse?
No.
It's BS. I don't think state courts should do RICO. Clearly, they don't know how to prosecute it. They don't. Because the whole time I'm looking at the case, why is he here? A bunch of people there did not need to be there. People now have criminal convictions on their record that never had a criminal record for this RICO. Just because they're like, let's just put a whole bunch of stuff in. Because it kind of borderlines on your First Amendment. Because now you can't post on Instagram. You can't say certain things. I think they went too far. I think it should stay at the federal level because I think they actually know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't just randomly collect people to just be like, you know what, we're just gonna have like 50 of y'all and say it's RICO. Like, make it make sense.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with the RICO law. I think full thinking.
So legally, could you break down exactly how they're wrong with the way they prosecuted and give us an insight on the way they're using it they're weaponizing it against the poor people of Atlanta and Georgia? Could you explain that, please? I mean, you're a lawyer and you just went through that whole trial. So please, could you explain it?
County kind of showed why it needs to be out of the state's hand and it needs to just go to the federal. They know what they're doing.
I agree. I think we're seeing a lot of different RICO cases come about, and you can just kind of tell that the way that the cases are held at a federal level are completely different. And so I found it very interesting that this was a state RICO in itself, and just the way that it was being managed was crazy.
It was disgusting.
Very much so.
Oh, it was so disgusting. I was so disheartened because because you're in law school, like you learn like certain things in the criminal world. You're like, when would that ever happen? Here we are in 2024. You're like, really? Yeah. I just, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well,
Why you won't speak against it and actually explain? So she took the oath to be true to the bar, so she won't tell us regular people about what's wrong with RICO law. She can just give her vague opinion of she don't like it, and she has to keep her mouth closed. Okay. Now y'all get why I was saying, yo, these lawyers, they ain't, I mean, like, look, here's her chance. Here's her chance to explain what exactly, from what you've learned, what exactly is wrong with this RICO law, because we allegedly have a lot more coming. So are you going to just wait till the back end of you see one play out and then tell us vaguely you don't agree with it? Or are you going to explain what's wrong? You get it? I told y'all what's up with these lawyers. Same thing with Kayla. She allegedly a lawyer, and she not giving you the exact blueprint to what's wrong with law. That's kind of weird, because other communities, their lawyers come back and tell the people, yo, look, bro, if you is going to be involved in this, you might not want to do this. You might want to do this, so they can make sure that the people in their community is not taken advantage of. So I always felt that black lawyers allegedly don't say the simple things to the black community. Not even helping hardcore criminals. No, just simple things where they being taken advantage of. Yo, if they pull you over, woo, 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 do this, do that. Just simple things. Not necessarily helping criminals, because, nobody want to help a criminal. But, where the police are known to take advantage of a law, you would think they would say something. And here we are, an example of it, and she's not saying anything.
I'm not in law school yet. I just took my LSAT on yesterday, but I will be in law school.
I'm so I thought you were already there.
No, I'm not there yet. I will be there in the fall of 2025. Yeah. Trust and believe. Wait a minute. I think I lost my place.
I'm so sorry. I talk a lot. I am so sorry.
No, it's okay, because I should look down. Okay. So yeah, I'm not in law school yet. I just took my LSAT on yesterday. I think I did okay. So we'll see when I get my score back. But
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You're probably gonna learn about us in law school.
Well, I'm sure it won't be you though. Like I'll learn about other things, but I don't think it'll be you who I'll learn about.
Watch. They're gonna be like Bleach anime.
Well, yeah, because I you know what, I found that interesting, because I do run across people who like anime. But I've never heard of an attorney using an anime reference in their opening statement. And then when I finally found your TikTok, like, you're breaking down anime to a legal, in a legal way. So I found that to be very interesting, and it just really like opened up my eyes to know, like, there are many different layers to Miss D. Williams.
My nerd flag was all right there, yeah. Mm-hmm. And that is Inuyasha in the back.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. One thing that I will say is that you have a very distinctive voice, right? And I do feel like you caught a little slack just because of it, right?
A little slack?
A lot.
Y'all were tearing me up.
They were. I'm a very small person and I look a lot younger than I am. Okay. And so the challenges that I had as a kid, they kind of transition over into my adulthood. So my question to you is, how did you manage, or do you manage any adversity that you experienced just due to having a tender voice?
Oh, absolutely, because nobody ever expects me to.
Tender voice is crazy. I want my voice to be tender. Let me know in the comments. My voice is tender.
Think I'm doing anything seriously. So they don't think I know my cases. They don't think I know my case law. They think I know nothing. And then, surprise, I know my facts. So you're not going to run circles around me. I've already researched my law, so you're not going to run circles around me. And they're like, where did this come from? Because you see how quick they ran through his thing. I knew his case. They did not.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it showed. It showed. And again, I'll try not to get into the YSL content because I do have the Avengers coming, and the Avengers will dig into it. But I do want to talk about representation because in your opening argument, you made a few points, right? You talked about one thing that we've already discussed: 1% of that indictment related to your client, right? But you also talked about how 98% of the children that he went to school with, they actually received free lunch, right? And when we look at the legal field, Black people in general are underrepresented. There's only 13% of legal professionals are Black.
Wow. And we represent 13% of the total population. Whoa. Whoa. 808, we got a party. Who remember me calling this 13% out? And in context to the trial, though, who remember I said, yo, hold on, something ain't right, bro. Because look, I spoke on this right here and I asked. I say, yo, well, what percentage of this is we? I forget what reference I made. This was not that long ago, y'all. I said, yo, but what was it? I used it recently, bro. Real rap. In context to something in the trial, I said something ain't right. Because if we 13 this, because I got my theory in the politics. No, but in reference, we was talking about something in the trial recently, and I said something about the 13%, and it was referencing, well, if we 13% and then you get into woo, and it was something to deal with the lawyers, I believe. Like, hold on. It might have been the elite. Never mind, but really, that 13 has always been interesting to me. 808, if you've been around, that's a wild concept.
And then less than 2% of those are Black females. And so I recall you saying something about how people become products of their environment and how your client mimicked those around them. I just want to ask you, who are some legal figures that has inspired you from a legal perspective? I'm sorry, who are some Black figures that have inspired you from a legal perspective?
Honestly, that would be probably just my uncle. I mean, he's deceased. He's long deceased now, but he was the first African American dean at Ole Miss Law School.
There we go. Party time.
Nice.
And he died of a heart attack, and they were able to prove that Ole Miss literally worked him to death because he was Black.
Wow.
What?
Right. And that so one.
That's got to be case law. That's got to be case law. That's got to be like putting history in law right there. I done heard a couple different things. That right there seems like that might be, a case that's mentioned right there. They actually won that. They proved that they worked him to death. Oh, yeah. And Holmes was involved in law. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I will never work too hard because that scared the hell out of me. I was really young when that happened, and I was like, you can work to death? That just blew my mind. I didn't know that was a thing.
Right.
Bro,
Um,
the case that got proven, yo, this dude got to be famous, y'all. The case where a dude got proven in court to be worked to death, and he was a lawyer. This is crazy.
and like I said, it was way, way, way back when. So he knew like Johnny Cochran. He knows.
What the fuck? Hey, yo. So I'm geeking, y'all. When I say something ain't right about these people, y'all. Who the bell ring just rung in? Well, all right, somebody just threw it down. So I know somebody in this bitch was like, you know what? At first, I ain't even want to be no goddamn skeptic, but this shit going too far now. This shit going too goddamn far. Who just threw the flag in? I know you was trying to hold tight. I know. You like, yo, come on, Poe. I don't want to really. Somebody, I know that shit just went too far just now. See? What the fuck? That's too fucking far. Come on, bro. You can't, yo, what the fuck, bro? This shit crazy. Y'all need to be reminded of when you said something. I agree.
Like the black attorneys that have the jets. Like he knows them. Like he knew them.
Mm-hmm.
So I was around those people whenever I go visit my uncle. But other than that, we don't really have that many people.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the point. So, what would you say to Black women, men, or just women in general, who are aspiring to be a part of the legal field? What advice
So Fanny father in the loop and this lady?
would you give them?
We definitely need Black women. We really do. We need minorities just in general, because I know you don't want to talk about the trial, but like,
It's okay.
watch me get canceled for this. Like, the fact that we stopped trial for a whole week plus, the judge stopped it. There was no reason. It basically forced a plea. So I completely understand why some people would want to take pleas, because it seemed like it wasn't going to get started until somebody took a plea. Mm-hmm. And I don't think maybe somebody of color would have done that, because it's almost like you're seeing the criminal justice system being used the way I guess it's supposed to, put Black men away. And even though people are out and they don't have to serve that long, they still have a conviction that might not have happened if they.
All right, so let me say what she's scared to say. She's saying that Brian Steele and them shouldn't have took the deal. Abbasi shouldn't have took the deal. And they only did it because they weren't Black, and Black lawyers should have held tight. But even because she's in a structure where they're not, their population is very low and job security is not guaranteed, she's not allowed to really speak on it. And I find that weird, because these people are lawyers, and that's why I be mad at the lawyers that's in the media. Yep. So you see the way she's carefully wording herself, and she already spoke on the First Amendment. Yeah. So if rappers can't even speak the truth, lawyers can't either. Wow. Y'all see? Look. Job security right here. Here go the wall right here. You see it? Here go the lawyer's line. She can't speak truth to her community because job security. So she got to beat around the bush. And then she even said beforehand, I'm going to be counseled for this. speaking truth. They throw rocks at you if you tell the truth.
Would have let the legal system do what it was supposed to do.
Right.
Or it should have been, I don't know, a mistrial. So several of them, but I just think if they have more people of color who just don't want to sit at the table but actually want to shake the table, then you could do something.
Right.
Okay.
And that would have never happened. I think half of those people that were in the indictment would have been like, no, we're not. No, we're not dismissed.
Because they would have been dragging. Now, what she's speaking of is lawyers that talk like me. Remember how I kept saying, nah, oh no. Once it shifted over and it clearly was we winning, you seen what time it was. Nah, we holding tight. What? Plea deal? Hell no. We thinking about why the other dudes took a plea deal. Now, mind you, I was talking like this from the beginning. Yeah, for the trial even started. Oh, bro, this Rico phony. Hold on. It's Rico phony. It's Rico Slim Flam. What is this? I said this off top. This ain't started with the, in trial. Once the trial started, I just got more confident. It's real rap. Seriously, y'all. When we seen the Donovan Thomas footage, I was, oh man.
I like that. So what do you see as the biggest barrier for Black women or women in general entering the legal profession today?
Well, it's a little intimidating because usually in Fulton County, you see like, okay, there's a lot of Black people. Okay, cool. But as soon as you leave Fulton, we're not really out there like that. So it's a little intimidating. You don't know how people are going to react to you. When you go out to places where you pass like 30, 50 Confederate flags, and you're walking.
Whoa. Yep, she's about to lose her job. Yeah, she might as well move up north. The way she kicking it.
Into the courthouse where there's like a statue. You're like,
hey, yo, somebody get on the line, y'all. I need to talk to her, y'all. Yeah, me and her need to talk, y'all. I mean, she done stepped into my world now. Me and her need to talk, y'all. Yeah.
How's this going to go? How is the judge going to receive me? Like, how are the prosecutors going to receive? Like, how's this going to go? So it's intimidating, but you just have to know, like, 2%. We're unicorns. Act like it.
Absolutely. We are unicorns because I'll be on the other side of the bar one day. And there is another unicorn out in our world. Her name is Arian. And I'm actually going to bring Arian up because she is an attorney out in Miami and she creates content. And when we're talking about representation, YouTube lawyer? She's like she's one of the 2 Black creators that I know. And so I definitely want to share this. This space with Arian and give her the floor to assist us in our interview today.
Okay. Oh, yay. Not the unicorns. Unite.
Hi.
Oh, my God. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey. Oh.
What school did you guys go to? Hey. Hi, guys. I'm a unicorn.
I am so excited. I cannot. Girl.
Oh.
I'm not me fanning right now, though. Hold on. You see my blush?
Oh.
You see me blushing? It's so nice to meet you.
Oh, watch the butter when somebody first meets you. Watch the butter. Watch for the butter.
No, oh my God. The unicorns unite.
Yes, ma'am. Let's do it. I am so excited to meet you.
Sorry.
Literally, I'm so excited to meet you. First of all, girl, congratulations. You did amazing. Honestly, now hearing, because I was listening before I just hopped on. Now I'm a baby attorney myself. I like to consider myself a baby attorney. I became a lawyer in 2017. And so I haven't been a lawyer much longer than you have. And hearing that you conquered this kind of trial this early in your career is obviously an opportunity of a lifetime, but you did amazing. You did amazing for your client. And if nobody, I'm sure people are telling you that, but if nobody else tells you, that's the first thing I want to say to you. You did an amazing job.
Thank you. Don't make me cry. Do not make me cry on this. Okay?
I'm already overly emotional. Please.
Like, don't do this.
No, you really did. I think your strategy was amazing. I could tell very early on the strategy was if they don't say his name, I'm not saying anything. And I thought that was amazing because why are we here? And I'm sure the jury was like, why is he here? And I love that. I loved it. Loved it.
It can make me cry.
So I wanted to ask you some questions if you don't mind.
Of course. Oh my God.
So also a new private attorney, like I started.
Yo, I refuse to do that fake dick ride nigga the interview. I promise. We could get props, but we ain't doing all that old, let me straddle you for a couple minutes real quick. Nah, bro, like, come on, bro. Man, give props, bro. Stop doing the over the top. Oh.
PD's office as well, just like you.
Okay.
And I have my own firm. And
this why you can't tell when it's real, y'all. Because so many people do this when they meet you in these types of environments, y'all. I swear. So if y'all ever notice when people pull up or something, and if somebody get into doing this, I'ma always get quiet if you hear somebody get to doing this type shit when they talking to me. Seriously, because it's like somebody will let you know, yo, but like when it's just vague, that's what it is, y'all. I think people that's genuine don't be vague with it. I think genuine people get precise. Yeah. If they really they really rock with you, right? And they meeting you like for the first time, they'll say something that'll shock you. Yeah. Like they'll say something that you did that's not no dick riding shit. They reaching the cut like, yo, nah, bro, I've been fucking with you since. Like, bro, I can't believe, niggas used to meet me and say some weird shit like, bro, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Hell no, I ain't even gonna lie. This you the nigga Spielberg? Yo, you made this beat for my motherfucking man. That's real right there. Nobody ain't heard this. He telling me about a beat that he only remembers because the nigga told him that Spielberg made it, right? So now that somebody done told him, here go the nigga Spielberg. Yo, remembers clicking in his head. This that authentic shit right here. This ain't no dick riding. His man gotta tell him, yo, chill, bro, chill. Damn, bro, you glazing. He like, nah, bro, but for real, bro, I really fuck with that shit. You feel? And that's authentic because I done did that with somebody like, nah, bro, you really don't understand. Nah, I really fuck with you, bro. Hold on. I was fucking with you. And look, to give y'all an example is when I talk with Rich Homie Quan. What I do? I kept it real. Say, yo, I got one of your songs. Nah. Let me show you. Because niggas be thinking niggas capping. And I ain't ready to do no whole bunch of glazing. I'm going to give you 2 situations that's some real life shit where you been in my world before I ever met you. Now, I'm not no motherfucking fan of yours. If y'all's peep what I did, I ain't got a whole bunch. Nah, you feel me? When you came out, niggas was accusing you of mimicking motherfucking Future, and I told my little homeboy, nah, this nigga right here, nice in the Future. I told y'all a real life motherfucking story. You can't even make that shit up. I don't give a fuck if he believe me or not, right? But look, hold on. Then I took him and played in my playlist and showed that the date that it was added. To show you, I only got one. I got a song that I fuck with. I don't know when the fuck I put it in there. But this is before any, you feel me? This ain't got shit to do with whatever the fuck you had going on. Yeah, I fuck with the initial shit that he put out. The first song, Feel Some Type of Way, but I never went and listened to the albums. At that time period, I didn't give a fuck what was going on. So I ain't never even go, you feel me, and listen to all of that shit. But I did establish that Holmes' style of singing with the auto-tune was better than Future at the time. And I told my man that. I said, first off, I said this. If he not using the tune, it makes it worse. But if it is the tune slightly on there, he using it better because it's more melodic. I swear to God, I said this. Fuck who he is. You feel me? It just happened to be Holmes popped up on the stream later. But you see what I did? I didn't glaze, yo. I ain't sit up here and say, yo, you one of my favorite. Hell no. Hell no. If anybody, my favorite rapper out of Atlanta would be Jeezy. And technically, I don't even want to talk to yo. I don't even want to talk to yo. I'm gonna keep it real. That's the crazy part about it. I don't even want to talk to yo. Real shit. I don't even want to talk to him, y'all. Straight up. Straight up.
And I'm also conflict counsel part-time.
Giving props ain't glazing. Nah, that's what I'm saying. They two different things. People glaze try and butter you up so they can get what they want from you versus props being organic and it actually be, this shit ain't gonna be no me fluffing you up. Oh, yeah, hell yeah, yo, you one of my favorite. Just as vague. That's what I'm describing the difference. When you hear somebody glaze somebody vaguely, that's cap. When somebody really rock with you, they gonna say some shit like, bro, we listened to your motherfucking ass all goddamn night, my nigga, when we won the championship, when I played football, my nigga. Nigga, I had you on every day when I worked at motherfucking Mickey D's in the summertime of motherfucking 09, my nigga. You, hell yeah. Nigga, you know how many sales I hit with your music on? That's the type shit niggas gonna say. You understand? They two different ball games. They gonna say something yeah. Like I could tell a nigga, look, I could even tell a nigga that music I don't fuck with. Something real that a glazer won't say. I could tell a nigga, Gucci, man, yo, I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't fuck with your music. Niggas in my city played it so much, they made me start fucking with your music. That's real life shit right there. No glaze, but I gotta tell him he earned the shit. You see what, this ain't glazing. I'm telling a nigga, I ain't even fuck with it at first. Glazers will never say that. I'm giving, you see what I'm doing, though? I'm giving him a reality of how he got it. You got my respect, I give you that. But I'm also ready to tell his ass, nigga, I thought you was trash. It took for niggas to bombard me with your music. And I had to give you your credit, not because of lyrics. You see what I'm saying? And you see, I took the glaze all the way off this shit. I'm keeping it super real now. I would tell him that, though. But I'm gonna give him his credit. Yo, you nigga, me being a hardcore fan of lyrics, nigga, you lucky. I don't know how the fuck you did it, but somehow I learned to respect your fucking music, my nigga. I'm not glazing. I'm giving him his credit, though. His props. Giving it to him. But if, oh, look. This what a person that's just glazing would have did. Yo, I remember, bro, when I was in the streets, bro, yo, you had the streets on fire. That is true. I could get away with that, but that's glazing. Because I ain't really fuck with it like that. He had to earn, you see the difference? I could have been a glazer. Oh, Gucci, man, yo, they call you the king. Yo, woo, woo, woo. Hell yeah, you known as Mr. Trap, all this. I know some niggas that know you. I could glaze with that. Yo, you help dudes in my city, technically. They was down there. That's glazing.
But it's a little bit different for me. I work part-time for the state as well, like as conflict counsel for them. But I'm wondering now, this was what, 18 plus months of your life and career and firm. So my first question for you is, with well-deserved, but this newfound exposure that you have, like, what are your plans as far as rebuilding and, marketing and, all that stuff, all the things?
Okay, so funny story. I started my law firm in March of 2022.
Okay.
And I received this case in November of 2022.
Wow.
So, like, I was slowly building it up, and then it just crashed and burned.
Right.
So that's why I was getting like a little desperate, like, okay, like I know if I actually like leave him, nobody's going to take his case. Nobody wants to touch it. So I just screwed myself over, but I just needed to know that I was going to be a big part of justice. I was like, I can't just leave him because nobody's going to care. So trying to rebuild my firm, I'm kind of, I almost don't want to do felony criminal anymore after this.
If he needs something more than twice as glazing. Nah, hell no. Oh, what you mean? Nah, Palm, that ain't true. What you mean? You talking about your homie? Or like, I don't, in no context, I really don't, you trying to look out for somebody, You looking out? As you should.
Leave us. Don't leave us.
I'm just so disheartened by like what I saw judges do, prosecutors do, I'm just like, what is this? This is not justice. This is kind of what I learned in school, but the stuff we learned in law school is like, things that you see in civil rights movement are like slavery. So you're like, okay, that makes sense. How are we in 2024 and it's still happening?
Girl, questions that need answers. Lord.
Right? So I'm a little, ugh. And then after the election happened, I used to do immigration too.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I think I'm gonna start getting into some pro bono immigration work after the election. I don't know how much.
So we getting into helping people that's here illegally? Damn. So our men got enough help already. Okay, say less. Free work for immigrants. Wow. Ain't this a bitch? What the fuck? Yo.
I don't know how much, but there's a particular subset of people that I'm concerned about. I'm in Miami, so I'm really concerned about Haitian people in Miami.
Yo.
So yeah, but let's, girl, we can talk on the back end about this. This is about you.
Yeah.
So
I mean, because immigration right now is taking a hard hit too, because I wasn't practicing when Trump was in office the first time, but from what I hear with other attorneys, like, there's going to be mass deportations that don't even make sense. And so I'm just like, whew.
Yeah. No, I definitely I definitely understand. I ended up mixing.
Shorty got the kill a nigga vibe, eyes, and I eat you up. I don't know which one is they. Is she eating you up and killing you? She a killer all the way around. Look at these eyes. This shit crazy. I ain't even gonna lie. She can't be my damn lawyer. Hell no. Shorty, you need a lawyer. You about to kill a nigga. I know. Nigga put in nice work and then you pop up with these eyes talking about where you at. Fuck you mean? Something wrong with her ass.
And then I do some personal injury and civil rights work as well. And I think
here they go.
I think you just kind of got to.
Go.
Like you just have to.
Look, they're gonna kill her eyes. Oh shit. Oh.
But I'm very excited to see next steps for you. Because this is just like, talk about unicorns. This experience had to be.
Hey, yo, I don't know if she flirting or I should run. I don't know if I should come or run. You feel me? Like, if she telling me like come on, like, you feel me? Or
outrageously, I don't know, exciting for you. And then of course you sitting in there with all of these great attorneys, being able to feed off their energy and them able to feed off your energy. I love the bond that y'all have built.
I don't trust it.
Do you see yourself maybe like co-counseling on other cases with some of them?
I have been scared straight with this trial.
You like, no, I'm gone.
I will probably be doing personal injury. I have like 3 personal injury cases. Yay! I don't know. Like, I don't.
You'll be back.
And I kept telling them the same thing too. And all of them were like, no, we need you because nobody else is that compassionate about people. And I'm like, y'all?
I definitely understand.
Right, just seeing the justice system, seeing the things that are happening, and I'm just like, this cannot be real life.
Yeah.
So let me get out of here.
I understand. I know the feeling. I think you'll be back. I think anybody with that kind of compassion, you will definitely be back. You probably just need a little break. It's fine. We'll give you a couple months and then we'll call you back. You'll be back. It's hard to stay away from. And I tried to it lasted for 3 months, I swear. And I quit. And then I started my own firm. So you'll be back. I'll wait on it. I'm going to circle back.
For job security. A lot more black men getting locked up than accidents.
Call me.
I know that's
Common
right.
sense.
I know that's right. Well,
more dudes with crack charges and gun charges than it is they neck broke. You feel me? Yeah, hell yeah. A lot more. Know what I'm talking about?
One of the other things I wanted to talk to you about. So I was enamored with this case because it was one of the blackest trials I've ever watched, right? Like, everybody's black.
Whoa. I thought that was odd. I kept asking, yo, they swapped all these black people in for this trial to make it more urban for the ratings, because it would have been stale without it. Seriously. Yo, bro, if you check the motion hearings and all that, they was stiff, bro. Miss Love and Hilt wasn't there, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't even think as many people would have listened. I said this. I said, yo, they just mysteriously put the black team in, because if you go back, man, listen.
Black lady courtroom, black judge, black attorneys everywhere. So I was so excited. And then that quickly became like frustration and aggravation and anger and all that stuff. So I guess I have two questions. First, did you feel that kind of excitement? Like, first going in thinking like, wow, some of these things that I normally would have to deal with, I won't. And then once you realize you would, how did you feel at that point?
That was, I can't curse. It was mind-boggling. That was really, because I did see the prosecutors and I saw like Mr. Matthews, Mr. Adams, Mr. Partridge. I was like, oh, let's go.
Yes.
And then I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
And it just, especially like Madam DA, like the people who wrote this indictment, I'm like, you understand how rap music came about, right? Like that's what they tell you about the neighborhood. They're letting people know this is what's happening in my neighborhood and it's not right. And to say that this is a conspiracy, like we're pretending we're not black, like are we? Like, I mean, I love K-pop and rock music, but I still know my history. So I feel like most people do as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still baffled by this. I mean, I think I have PTSD.
I think we all might. We all might.
You're not articulating yourself well, like explaining what you witnessed. So what she talking about is some of the stuff I was speaking about, y'all. Which meaning hip hop is fake. This RICO being based upon real rappers and lyrics and these types of things is preposterous. Now, her not being able to articulate it is crazy, and I believe that's the problem, or I think these type people is playing the 50. Seriously, y'all. Because it's too obvious. We got movies made on it before we even made it out the 90s. Before hip hop was 10 years old, there's fucking movies in the movie theater about hip hop being fake. Like, think about that.
Have a little bit, honestly. It's almost like it had to be out of body for you too, but it was definitely like an out of body experience. Sorry.
Because it's
of
like,
course my phone's ringing.
I wouldn't think you'd have to explain certain things in Fulton County. Like, I'm like, am I in South Georgia or something?
Yeah.
What is happening right now?
Yeah,
And
I had the same thoughts.
Right? And even with, but ADA Hilton, when she used to flow those lyrics, she listened to that music. Let's be real. Let's be real.
When it came out, I'm like, now Miss Hilton, you love this song.
Right? I was like, okay, let's give her a beat. Let's go.
Same. I'm like, girl, now I know you be right there listening.
Right. Like, I know you bump it at home. You probably have it in your car right now.
Same. Literally same. I'm like, this is outrageous. But yeah, so I was like, same feelings, like, oh, this excitement, like if there's going to be a trial about rap, this is a perfect place for it to be, because
what?
It's everybody's kind of
it shouldn't have been a trial about rap.
Oh Lord. Anywho, but back to you specifically.
He's a fake gang member and a fake rap. Like, it was all like, why they not speaking on that part, y'all?
So, what are your, and this is something that I kind of struggle with, future-wise, as far as your firm, do you see yourself like growing and hiring multiple and many attorneys? Do you want to stay small? Like, what do you imagine?
Well, before this trial, I imagined like maybe 2 other attorneys, because I did want to like get into personal injury anyway. Mm-hmm. And then I thought I'd have like maybe 3 or 4 like other employees. Mm-hmm. So I want to like stay small, because I think when you get too big, you become out of touch. And of course, I like money because I like to survive, but I don't I feel like there's a such thing as too much.
Right.
And so I just want enough to be able to pay all my employees at least like $100,000 each minimum.
Oh, not you sound just like me. I'm like, I gotta make sure these people get paid.
Right, like I want them to get paid. I don't want them to worry about bills. I want them to be like, yeah, like working for her. You know, I just want them to like coming to work. You know, be passionate about what they do and not have to worry about, oh, if I miss a day, she's taking my check. No.
So I should just open a law firm. I don't have to be a lawyer. If I could just book all the clients and keep niggas with some sales, then technically I could get some lawyers to work for me, right? Damn. I don't have to pass the bar.
Things happen. It's fine.
Yeah. So, and that's why we need you on this side. Don't go. Don't go. Well, listen, do you plan on getting barred in any other states?
No. No.
Well, at some point, I'm gonna get barred in Georgia. So when I reach out, like, hey, you want a co-counsel? Don't act like you don't know me, girl.
It won't be criminal.
I can't. I'm circling back for real because we need you. We really do. This kind of passion is, people like the excitement of criminal law, but it's really hard to find people. And there are plenty of people that love, this work and love their clients. I'm not saying.
She recruiting for Clout, y'all. She trying to get on to sign up on her firm so she could get the Clout. She's stealing, y'all. Look, she dirty. I told you. She was buttering her up. She trying to get something. Here we go. I see the play. She recruiting. There you go. I caught on. She a hustler.
That. But a lot of people are obsessed with like the glitz and the glamour of like getting somebody off. But that kind of pure like passion that you can see when you talk about your client.
Yo, she sound like a connect that know I get busy and know I retired. That's telling me, nah, bro. Like I'm telling you, be back. Like shit, you sure you don't want to come back?
That is kind of hard to find.
Yo, recruit.
So we love and appreciate everything that you did. He deserved passionate representation, and he definitely got it with you. So
look. She put another layer of butter on the back end.
Yeah, don't.
Look.
But yeah, we definitely.
And she like women. She dirty. Look. Wow.
We definitely appreciate you. I could do this all night.
I know. Look, everybody, all cheese. She literally looked like somebody said cheese for her license. And she don't want to have a mean face. She put the cheerleader joint on. She showing us all of them bitches in the back. We can see the bitches in the back. Say, ow. She letting us see the whole crowd. Look. Say, ow.
And I'm gonna wrap it up. But I'm gonna connect with you on another, like just on a lawyer girl level, because
a lawyer girl level, I don't like it.
I would love that. Oh
yes,
my God.
When I meet another black girl lawyer, we have to connect.
Unicorns. Like, it's legit unicorns. Every time I see you guys, I'm like,
be careful.
It's you.
Be careful.
Literally.
She tried to smite me.
Yes.
Trying to get you.
So, but thank you for letting me talk your head off and ask you questions.
Of course.
Oh, look.
Thank you, Arian.
She dirty.
Favorite girl.
I looked in the comments and there were a couple
Why you just do that? Put her on a speed date like that. That was crazy.
comments that stood out, and I want to give them to you both. So Ms. D. Williams, the comment that I saw earlier today said that Lil Rod needed you. And I just want to say that I don't think any of us in this chat believe that anybody would have done right by him. And you were put in that place for that time. And that just kind of leads into Arian, because I read someone say, walk in your purpose. And I don't know if that's something that you needed to hear or not, but
now they hitting her with the Christian. Oh, they Christian. Women on women Christians. I didn't know that was a thing.
remember to keep your eye on the prize and don't give up.
Yes, ma'am. I know that's right. Why y'all taking us to church?
The Christian women lovers. I ain't never known this was a thing. Damn. When that happened?
Right, you guys are about to make me cry. Like, oh my God.
Oh my goodness. I can't.
This is crazy.
But I
This
appreciate
going
you
on in the law firms. That's crazy. Bro.
Taylor, thank you for sharing your platform. Let me know if you want me to like just stay and mute or
you're staying. Just mute.
okay. All right, I'm muting.
Just mute.
I'm about to go get some water, so I'm gonna go off camera real quick too, but I'm here.
No worries, no worries. I mean, so
Right.
like we said, this is gonna be a little bit about representation. And so we definitely gonna celebrate Black excellence, but I also want to celebrate just women in general. And so I do actually want to bring up so 39% of the legal field is consists of women. So I do want to bring up our other attorneys who we talk and love every single day. Talk to and love. Well, I'm sorry, we love and talk to every single day. I can't even get my words out. I'm so excited right now.
Hello.
Oh, not the women. Oh my God.
I'm missing Haley. Haley, where are you?
Who knows what Hallie's doing?
Okay, well, we'll wait for Haley, but we're just building our YSL Avenger team up as we go along. And we'll start with Miss Yates.
So, first I want to say thank you for coming on here. Taylor always does a phenomenal job with interviews. But you said you started practicing in 2020. I took the bar in 2020 as well.
Oh.
It was horrendous. And I'm actually a public defender in Georgia.
Oh, where?
So I will, if you're fine with me messaging you after.
Okay.
But yes, I am a public defender here in Georgia. So
Your boss hates me. I'm just kidding. I said your boss hates me.
That's not my boss. But that was something that I 100% wanted to give you props for, was not only advocating for Rodelius, because you 1000% zealously advocated for him on every single level, but you advocated for yourself. And I think that, as a female attorney, is inspiring to so many people, even if they're non-lawyers, because it shows people that you can advocate for yourself. Even in a predominantly male and white field, you as a Black female advocated for yourself.
What?
And got more than a lot of people probably would have, because you fought for yourself.
Aww.
And so that is, to me, very inspiring. And so I just wanted to say congratulations on advocating for yourself, and to continue doing that. Because you do it for the one client that I saw, you did that through and through, regardless of what people said. And it seemed like you didn't take what people said on the internet. You stayed true to yourself, and that worked out for you because you seem to know who you are. And it came, everything that you did in the trial came off as you. And you weren't trying to be someone else or go with someone else's style. And it came across as very genuine.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you.
So, all that being said, being for me, a younger attorney, did you have any feelings of, should I be here right now? Because there are times where when I'm in courtrooms with attorneys who have been practicing for much, much longer, I'm like, am I second guessing what I know to be true? Like, I have done the work, I have researched, but this attorney who's been practicing 30 years is like, that idiot, she doesn't know what she's talking about. And I'm like, I know I'm right. Like, don't make me second guess. So did you ever have feelings like that in this trial?
All the time, because I wasn't talking, but I'm like, what am I supposed to talk about? And then, like, because my client only had the one charge of RICO, and it's like, what am I supposed to file? Like, I don't, what am I
So
suppressing?
he wasn't charged with the body?
And then, like, I kept hearing everybody else make arguments, and I was like, and I used to have to call people, like, am I really supposed to be, like, am I supposed to be doing something else? Because I feel like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And then, like, the team I had behind me, they were like, no, you're fine. Like, don't file your motions early because you don't want the state to tighten up. Like, you're going to wait. Like, just be patient. I'm like, okay, but they're tearing me up on the internet. And, you know, people are like, why is she talking? And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And then, you know, if you're in Georgia, you hear about like the Bruce Harveys. I was in, you know about the Bill Daniels program.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my teachers was actually on the trial, and I was like, oh my God, he's going to be like, why is she here? She was literally just in this training in July.
And I had back surgery, so I couldn't. I knew I was having it. I couldn't apply. My coworker was in Bill Daniel, and so that's something that I'll probably apply for next year. But that's a different story. But I totally get that, and I think all of us up here at one point on a live or something had said, "Calm down."
Yes. Okay.
Calm down, because there. I think all of us at one point even said, what do you want her to do? Help me help you. Tell me what you want her to say. Right. I don't know. So.
Right. And then, like, even if you make an objection, there's like, what, 7, 8 other people? If I object, that might have been something you wanted to come in and I objected to it. So I just ruined your whole strategy. So I'm not even going to do that because you never know.
Yeah.
I don't know what your client's strategy is. I know mine.
And that's everything that you said had a purpose. And it seemed like when you did say something, it made people look at you to be like, oh.
Bro.
Well, when she says something, it seems to be important. So let me.
All right. So what she just said was actually showing that you don't understand law, but so much. Because technically, once you start the trial and you see the way dudes is interacting and the way they presenting their trial, within a couple, I'm going to say tops a week or two, you could see everybody's stance as far as the way they was pressing, let alone she had access to ask the other lawyers, which way you going? Now, once a person tell you in a lawyer's short explanation of their angle, you automatically should know where your room is. So I'm going to have to say, she just said that she don't really understand law. Because I ain't even gonna lie, once I understood what was going on in the courtroom, I could tell which evidence. Y'all heard me clarifying. I understand why Brian Steele and them want this evidence in, but I could separate why they want it in versus why I want it out, and vice versa. You peep that? Y'all understand that? Like, I was going past the idea that they wanted in. I was acknowledging, yeah, these boys know mad law. But technically, if we was up there, I would have argued this point right here to tell them, you sure we don't want this in because of this? I see where you at. I see where you at with your argument for your client. And I understand this ain't overstepping that argument. So let me still present my objection to you before we let this slide. Real rap. Y'all remember numerous times. That's why I was clarifying. Yo, I see what Brian Steele and them want this in for, but I want it out because of this, or vice versa. Sometimes I was saying, yo, damn, they want this out. I want this in. Remember? So her not being able to clarify this, saying she just stayed quiet because she ain't want to step on nobody's toes, that she's showing that she don't really understand that shit. Because I don't give a fuck who it was in there. I'd have pulled his ass up. Yo, you sure you want that now? Woo, 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 woo. He'd have had to tell me, nah, I thought about that already. I don't want it in because of this, and this outweighs that.
Actually listen. But I will, like Arian, I could sit here and go on for hours, so I will pass it on. But thank you so much.
No, thank you. I love when public defenders are like, oh my God, we love you. I'm like, you do?
And I'm sitting over here in my own comments and people are like, public offender. And I'm like, what did you?
Right.
Literally in my own comments, all of them have been on one of my lives where I'm just like, I'm like, I will interrupt someone. I'm like, hold on. I need to say my piece. Because if I don't say my piece, we're going to have problems. So.
Right. Because Public defenders are amazing. They're some of the most compassionate people. But just like private attorneys, you might get some public defenders are like, I just want to plead. Okay, that you get that in private too, but you paid. So, right.
Anywho, I will pass it on to whoever's next. But thank you so much, and thank you, Taylor.
Absolutely. Hey, Star.
Hi. Yes, everybody is commenting. My boyfriend, who we now call YSL Bob, is trying to cook his dinner, and I promised him I will not be that long. So he is a prosecutor, but he has been a fan of all of the work that everybody has done, and he is definitely team common sense, if you would like to take anything from that.
Okay.
Well, and just to build on a couple of things that Attorney Yates talked about, you know, me as a person who was watching this, and I've done some videos about like the strategy and things behind that, I've kind of kept my commentary more to that. You know, as I sat here and looked at the comments people were making about you, I was just like, I was becoming enraged on your behalf, because I was like, do you not understand that when your whole point is that your client is not a part of this?
Shut up, you white bitch. Her husband a prosecutor, y'all. So everybody want to come out at the end of the trial and act like they ain't agree with the way everything was going down. What a coincidence. Why they ain't say that when the RICO came out, y'all? That's some bullshit, bro. So fuck all these corny-ass white lawyers, people, everybody just want to get some clout on this shit. That's, bro. And you notice they still not telling us how these boys got railroaded. Ain't nobody done told us about the law. Remember I told y'all, here we go. Everybody up here talking, but ain't everybody involved in law. Ain't nobody told us how how they was juicing. They won't talk down on it. Look, they just saying it wasn't right. I ain't like it, giving these vague ass opinions, bro. This bullshit.
That this is a strategy choice. It is strategic to keep your mouth shut. Have you seen how keeping your mouth constantly flapping has worked out for the other side? So, you know, I said things when I could, but just, you know, you ain't gonna reach everybody.
You vote Republican? I can tell by the point on your nose, bitch.
With that kind of information. So, you know, I'm glad that you've now had this opportunity to speak your piece about that you had a plan. And, you know, the other thing, I made a video about this as well, but back when kind of everything was, people were realizing like your pay situation and how that was working, I made a video about that, like explaining just the like horrible injustice of how that was handled for you. And
so it took for her to speak about it during the YSL trial for you to talk about the injustice of the payments. Wow. And look at this lady just popped up. She coked up. Look at her. Look at her. Everybody white want to come talk about black men in trial, but they don't talk about how the media is slandering us and building misconceptions and stereotypes on a daily basis. They want to get in on the back end. Wow. Everybody could show up now. Look at this shit.
Much of a personal cost as it may have come for you, I do think it's put a light on a lot of people, like to see how public defense is handled and how poorly people can be compensated. And yet still you made a choice to sit there. Because, you know, I had people say like, well, why didn't you try and get out of this? Whatever. There comes a point where.
Because law is set up to frame and railroad poor black people. Tell the truth. That's why the public defenders barely get paid. So the lawyers are the ones who really don't give a fuck, have less incentive to show up for work and less incentive to fight and more incentive to just get through it and give a whole bunch of convictions over to the state. Won't y'all speak on that shit, bitch, since y'all all study law? Fuck wrong with them. Fuck wrong with them. Acting like they don't know why she was getting paid. See, they bringing up, you shouldn't have brought that money shit up. You know why the fuck public defenders is underpaid. So they can railroad and have more incentive to not put no motherfucking effort into a case. What the fuck? But you want, man.
You are in this, and like you said, you knew that you were the only person that was going to sit there and do this for him. And you can't just like leave a man behind. And that's really, you were put in a choice.
What black man have you went and worked for that didn't have proper representation? I could have swore it was a lot of people over Rice Street waiting to go to court just because they didn't have no money for lawyers. I could have swore. So what are you talking about?
Of like, I have to take a personal cost on this, or I have to represent this person who isn't going to be able to get counsel. So kudos to you for that. Here is a question, and I'm not sure how much of this you'll be able to like tell us, but like, as far as working with the other attorneys, like how often were you guys kind of coming together and discussing like strategy and, you know, because I know the state would give you guys like a list of.
Shorty eyes look crazy in the screen right now. I wouldn't even let her give me the top. If she looked over, if I say, yo, you going, what's up? If she looked over like this, I'm out. There's a wild cast of characters right here. I'm going to keep it real. Golly, they some lookers. They is the Avengers. They pleasing on the eye. Yeah.
Witnesses for that week. Would y'all convene on that? Like, can you give us any insight into how that worked?
I mean, we all did talk with each other, but we kind of kept our strategy kind of like.
Don't make that face.
Because at the end of the day, it still is a RICO.
Yeah.
So we're all trying to distance ourselves from each other. And it was easy to distance myself from everybody because he was 10.
Yo, why did they segregate the screen though?
Well, also,
I'm glad they put black on top. They dirty though.
also strategic in a way, yeah.
Right. So it was pretty easy, but I also
It's
quickly
crazy.
realized, I think during their opening, that we were there. So the prosecutors could be like, look at all.
When did it get like that? It been like that, yo, or did it just rotate into that? Cause I ain't remember it was being like that. What type of shit was that?
All these grown men, look what they did to this young man. It's like, those men weren't even in the neighborhood when he was really growing up. So
Yeah. Well, okay, if that's what your position is, then show me that relationship that allegedly existed. Like it's very twisted.
it is. Like, they were grasping for straws. It was such a miscarriage of justice. It was just so disgusting.
Well, and I guess to that end, like, I mean, how did you keep from just like losing your mind, like while you're sitting there watching it? Like, I would have needed many a coping strategies. Like, what were you? I would be burning up from the inside.
I mean, all this.
Yo, why these lawyers wasn't on the internet saying that the trial was bogus before it was obvious? Like, if they understand it was bogus the whole time, why they was quiet in the beginning? You understand? Like, real rap, yo. It's easy to say in hindsight, oh, I knew it was bogus. Where was they at the beginning, bro? They ain't make us feel better and make us feel like, yo, nah, he coming home. Yo, on the internet, they was promoting like, nah, these boys guilty. Seriously, y'all, hold on, bro. Is it footage of these people saying that this case was trash in the beginning? Not even comparing to me. I'm talking about, I'm assuming they, on their own note, because it sure is easy to say, yeah, like, all right, she just insinuated while you were in there. How were you even dealing with it? Like, this is crazy. But where was these videos at during the beginning of the trial?
Time. So, like, me and my client, we would like pass notes to each other, so we would talk about how ridiculous things were.
I mean, sometimes that's the only comfort you can get in a situation.
Right?
What?
And then, of course, everybody knows I love anime, so I was trying to get my client to like it. So I would be like, oh, look at this anime I just watched. Like, do you want to know about it? We would focus just on his case sometimes instead of.
So his life was on the line and you were showing him anime. Okay. Say less.
Like everybody else's, because it was a bit overwhelming. It was a bit like, weren't you like 8 years old when this happened?
Well, in a way, it's like you were trying your own case within this case, because as specious as a lot of the RICO allegations for everybody else appear, it's not like they didn't know each other, and there's not like a reason to think they're connected, but your client really was so separate from all of that.
Yeah, he really was. And then also, I mean, if
I was saying that Lil Rod was separate at the beginning of the trial. No lawyers online was saying that. Before the trial started, I said, yo, I don't even know how they connect these young niggas. I ain't going for that. Eppinger or him. Straight up. I said it at the beginning. They was nowhere to be found, y'all. I swear to God. So it's all convenient for everybody to act like, man.
I had a big like rapper, K-pop artist, I love K-pop, sorry, a rock artist, whatever, come from my neighborhood, I'm absolutely going to say his or her name every single time I can. I'm going to say their label every single time, be like, guess what neighborhood I'm from, y'all? Like, I'm going to do it every single time. Like, why wouldn't I? And especially for a younger generation who definitely grew up with social media, I mean, who knows? He could have made money from just Jeffery Williams showing up one time on his Instagram. So why would it be ridiculous for him to keep saying like YSL? I mean, I would too. I say it now because why not?
Yeah, there just seems to be a total misunderstanding of how people attempt to utilize connections to things. Like I just genuinely don't understand how the state does not see that.
Right, me neither. That's why I was very frustrated. So yeah, Kopi, anime, music, my client.
Well, and how cold was it? We all want to know.
Wait on that one. Wait on that one. We're not gonna get to that one yet.
Oh no. Oh, okay. I was about to answer.
People want to know, but I guess I'll leave that scoop for somebody else. But anyway, enjoy your freedom of movement throughout the day, and I hope you feel more peaceful. So
yes.
Shorty just did the coke swipe.
And thank you for standing up for me because that payday took me out.
The number of people in my comments who had no idea that that's how that works, I was like, yeah. I mean, because I'm not a public defender, but I do court-appointed work, so it's something I struggle with.
You help railroad
with as well, so.
Right. You're right. Because if it was at least, like I know I do a lot of stuff in Gwinnett for court-appointed, and it's hourly, so that's a little bit different.
Yeah, that's how my work is. You would have been making bank if this had occurred where I am, but that's just not how it played out.
Bank.
So. Exactly. That's why people are like, you should just take the $7,500 and then you could clout chase. Clout doesn't pay bills,
especially not for a year.
Right. So unfortunately, I need like real money.
Yeah.
And especially because I knew I wasn't going to be talking a lot, I was like, I'm not going to get anything from this because I'm not talking until like the end.
Well, yeah, you don't, like, the time for you to shine is very limited, despite the fact that you have to waste your entire life sitting there. So,
exactly.
Well, anyway, I will shut up, but it was so nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
All right, Hallie, you're up.
Oh my gosh, hi. I am in my robe. I just got home from work and immediately changed into my robe. So,
It's
everybody.
comfy though.
It's super comfy.
Oh, you wanted to be slutty, you little tramp, you. Come on here in your robe all ready to go. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. So blonde of you, you ratchet little truck stop whore, you.
I'm pretty
Fuck
much
is
always
wrong
either
with
in
him?
a suit or in my pajamas. So I just literally came home and got in my suit. I'm an attorney in Chicago, and I do, like you, I have contracts with a couple counties. I also do federal appointed work.
Yep.
So kind of a mix of
Railroad
everything. And like Stara said, I really appreciated your, just like shedding light on, I just, first of all, $55,000 is so offensive.
Look, a lawyer community,
It's
y'all. Look,
offensive.
they run together. Look,
And
y'all.
I was like outraged on your behalf. And I guess I would
Look, y'all.
love to know if any, the other thing I was going to say, I also represent a lot of children. So Lil Rod obviously like really struck a chord in my heart. I've represented a lot of children who have been charged as adults. I have clients who got life sentences as children. I find the whole thing absolutely fucking disgusting. I think that we live in the most disgusting country on the planet because I cannot believe we live in a place that allows that. Oh, really? Is that?
I asked before too. We're not allowed to curse.
Well, I don't. That you just got rid of like half of my vocabulary then. But
right, exactly. I have to like pause a lot because I'm like, can't say that. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I think the way I had an opportunity to go to South Africa in
Yo, not South Africa. Salute to everybody in here. If you ain't here right now, you thugging. I ain't gonna lie, y'all could go watch some of the other Young Thug content creators if y'all want to be turned in. There's some different shit. I mean, you want to be turned up. I don't even feel like being a part. Look, this is what they got going on. This was going on, y'all. So like, it appears that, the content I make ain't even sought after. So, if you ain't rocking with me right now, that means you just a weirdo. You feel me? But like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. This shit crazy.
spring, and we met with some law students and some attorneys and law professors there, and we kind of went around as a group to like talk about our areas of practice and everything. And I actually had like a waiter at the hotel come up to me the next morning and was like, what do you mean children get life sentences in America? I was like, oh, you got time? Let's talk about it. I mean, he was shocked. And one of the things that we actually like follow each other on Instagram now and all this stuff, but like one of the things was he was like, it's so weird because, I grew up in a pretty impoverished neighborhood in South Africa, and we're always thinking of like America is like the gold standard for freedom and justice, and the fact that, and I was like, I hate to break it to you, but no, we literally send children to prison for life. It's disgusting. So I
Especially
really
if they're black.
appreciate. Yes, especially if they're brown and black, especially if they are of lower socioeconomic status. And, in Illinois, it depends on what county you grow up in. You
Hmm.
30 miles across the road, you might not get charged as an adult. But if you live in a certain county, you're looking at the rest of your life. So I really appreciate that you were there for Lil Rod and that you fought for him. And I just personally, having sat with children in trials of that magnitude, I know how emotionally exhausting it is. So much more than when you represent an adult. So I just want to tell you, like, my heart really went out to you for that. And I hope that you took care of yourself during the trial, and that you are, especially like, secondary trauma is real. PTSD is real. So I really hope, I know I saw that you were on a vacation. I hope that you are like going to continue to take care of yourself, and I hope that people are beating down the door to pay you all the money in the world as
Aw.
your karmic payback for all the work you did for Lil Rod. But my question kind of relates to what Stara was talking about with like the payment. Did anybody from like the GACDL or the National Association of Criminal Defense Attorneys, like, did anybody come to your rescue in this situation, or was everyone just like figured out?
It was, well, why did you take the case? Justice?
Because a child needed an
Right.
attorney?
If I don't take this, from what I hear, I'm not sure if it's true, but from what I hear, if you have like a RICO charge and you're in prison, they keep you in lockdown until it's worked out. And if nobody was to take his case, he would be in lockdown indefinitely. When I met him, he was like, I think 18. So to be 18 and in
Still
lockdown,
a baby.
right,
Ain't
just
no damn baby,
indefinitely, like, that's going to do something to your mental psyche. There's no way he's going to be able to function.
bro.
So when somebody actually is ready to go ahead and take it, how is he going to be? And I know there was a lot
That's
of hostility,
horrific.
right? Because
That is horrific.
I know of course, everybody knows he fired me, but but he was a kid. He was doing
He's a
what kids
child.
do.
Well,
Right.
and he's a child who is
You're not a
in
child.
a horrifically like, he's already got an underdeveloped frontal lobe, and we know
What?
that children who have grown up in traumatic circumstances and have been exposed to violence, that further, like, he's an 18-year-old operating at a 15-year-old level.
Wow. Wow. And that's done intentionally. She's not talking about why. Keeping them underdeveloped mentally so they don't turn their minds into what needs to be done to keep the dollar reciprocating their community so they can control politics and reverse what's being done to them. She ain't gonna tell why. The psychotropic medicines, food deserts, low income, trauma from saying what? Violence. Well, I mean, that's funny. When the people who created and built these neighborhoods and control the tax dollar have created these environments. Wow, what a coincidence.
Well, probably at best. Like, of course he's going to act out and take it out on you. That's
Right.
what kids do.
So you're saying he's guilty?
And then, like, after I was, like I said, was going deep into his case, I was like, some of this evidence doesn't make sense. So to know that if I left him, nobody else was probably going to do as deep of a dive as I did. Because, of course, I visited the scene. I talked to people. And I don't think anybody.
So you saying people that don't get paid properly by the state or someone that was in your same position getting paid that little bit of money would have went and did a proper research or looked into his case and they would have allowed him to be railroaded. So you're admitting that if it's not a paid attorney, you'll be railroaded? That's what you're saying?
Nobody else would have went to that level. And
Right.
I knew if I left, he was going to be screwed. And that's like, I don't know, it's like, he's like a baby.
He is a baby. He's literally a baby.
Right. I cared about him. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to leave you. Like, don't worry about it. I got you.
I really appreciate that. And I hope that somebody makes some changes to how Fulton County does things in these situations, because the way that you were not compensated is egregious. And I mean, it's a Sixth Amendment violation. It just makes no sense to me.
Right. And then
So
I did cancel my NACTL membership because I was like, really?
what do they do for you? I don't
Right,
blame
so
you.
And they were like, if you need payment options, I was like, first off, never mind. I said, screw off. I'm not going. I'm good. I'm good.
So everyone in the comments is asking when he fired you. So I think everyone wants
Oh.
the details of that.
So I came on in November. I think he tried to fire me in December.
Okay, so early on.
Right, like when he first met me, because of course he's like, do you even know my case? No.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Well, I hope the best for Lil Rod, and I really hope that this I hope you're able to go forth and make $1 billion from having your name out there, because you definitely earned it.
Oh, thank you so much.
And thanks for having me up here, guys.
In Jesus' name, let us all touch and agree.
Agreed. Miss Mel, you're up.
Hey everybody! Hello. I don't get on TikTok Live a lot because it doesn't work for me. So I hope it's not lagging. I'm in Memphis right now and it doesn't like me right now. So I hope it's not lagging. So I apologize if it is. But Taylor, thank you for having me up. Miss D. Williams, it is so awesome to meet you. And you are so right. You didn't say much. When I started watching the trial, I kept saying, I went back and I did watch some opening statements. So my first thing is, she must be a psychic because she said it was a circus, and it was indeed a circus in that opening statement. That's the first thing that I said. So not only was it a circus, I would, in a lot of my videos, I would say, and I know Taylor don't want to go into detail, but I'm going to say, not only does D. Williams have on a coat, today she wore gloves. So I was like, how cold is it in the courtroom? So I know we can't go into detail, but I took notes. I wanted to say that I didn't know much about Lil Rod before I started watching it, and I was hearing the little stuff on TikTok and things like that. And I want to say that when we went to his part of the trial, I'm so happy. Your cross, I said, my girl don't say much, but when she does talk, your cross said everything I wanted to say, because I must be a little green. I wasn't getting it at first until the second day of Miss Smith's testimony. I said, "Oh my God, this is not adding up." And then you got up there, and I was screaming. I was on my videos like, "Yes, yes, say that." So I want to say that was amazing, and I could feel the passion. Like, we saw you taking a lot of notes, and then when you got up there, I was like, "Oh, my girl didn't come to play." You were like, you weren't in her face, but you were in her face. And I appreciated that because I could feel your passion through the screen. And Miss Abasi, oh, I mean, y'all were a great team. And I had two questions, Taylor. My first one is, I saw that you said you were licensed in 2020. You passed the bar in 2020. Is that right?
I passed it in 2019, okay. But
if you can. Oh, okay. So if you can answer this, because I don't know if you can. As a new attorney, what were you thinking during Brian Steele's whole contempt thing? Like, what was going through your head? Had you even heard that was possible? Had you ever seen something like that before?
Well, I have, but not to that extent. Not for that, because I was a public defender before. And even though before COVID hit, it was maybe 3 or 4 months, I have seen attorneys go in for contempt. But it was never for that. So that terrified me. I was like, oh, and everybody was like, yeah, you're not a real attorney until you're in contempt. I was like, what? I was like, okay, so I have to go to jail? I was like, oh my God. I'm not going to survive. I'm too pretty. I'm not going to survive Rice Street. This isn't going to work. I was like, oh my God. And do you hear my voice? Oh my God. They will tear me up. I'm not built for that. And I was like, so if I want to continue doing this, I have to go to jail. It's like, oh my God. Brian still had all the bar for him. Who's coming for me? So I don't have a relationship with the Supreme Court. I was going to be screwed. So yes, that terrified me. And I'm happy the camera never pan to me, because the way my eyes were like, this is happening. I was like, this back and forth. I was like, oh my God. I was like, but please don't tell them who your person is. But oh my God, what is happening? I was freaking out.
I'm not even a lawyer. I wasn't even in the courtroom. My jaw was on the floor the entire time. I said, when he took his tie off, I said, oh Lord, this is about to happen. When he said, put me in the cell with Thug, I said, okay, what's going on here? This cannot be real.
Oh my God. I told my client, I was like, I'm not going in the cell with you. So we need to figure something out. I'll talk my stuff, but there is a limit, because I am not going to jail.
I'm with you, baby. I'm too pretty to be the one to jail. I'm with you. I don't want any parts of it. Keep me far, far away. Okay, and my other question was, if you had one word to describe your experience on the YSL trial, what would that one word be?
Ooh, that's a good one. One word. I almost want to say it's amazing, but I don't think a word can describe it, because I don't think anybody would ever have this type of experience, especially from the very beginning, and to see all the different personalities, the different strategies, even the different clients. I don't know. You got me. Where's Doug? He has a word for everything.
If we piggyback off that, do you think, from what you said, do you think that this experience made you a better lawyer because you've seen so much in this one trial? Do you think it made you better?
I want to say it did, but it scared me straight. I don't want to do criminal like that anymore. Because I guess I've seen the worst of the worst. They're like, it can only go uphill from here. I'm like, but what if Gwinnett County is like, we're gonna do RICO like Fulton, ooh. And then there's a bunch of people that were on this trial who they had their client before the RICO case came, and then they got pulled into the RICO. And I'm like, so I could just be taking a drug case and it's gonna turn into absolutely not. So it scared me straight. It made my eyes open that this is happening in 2024. This is not 1964 or 1924, but it feels like it.
I can see that. Well, thank you so much for answering my questions. I wish you nothing but blessings and peace.
Silence.
And I hope you get through what this trial has done to you, and it be an experience you can tell your grandchildren about someday. And thank you, Taylor, for having me. And hey, Chad. And hey, all the girls on the panel, too. Hey.
Miss Jefferson.
Did I do it? Okay, there it goes. Hello. I was going to say those are my two favorite. Everybody know me, Mouth Almighty, okay? That opening statement, this is a circus, and that walk off with that side eye. But then you held that for 1, 2, 3. When you counted on your fingers about them 6 years, listen, everybody knows I do live reactions, and that right there, I've been watching since day one. So the opening statement, when people would say, she doesn't say anything. What are you talking about? She's not doing anything. And I'm like, did you hear what she said in the beginning? Probably not, because the recusal caused a lot of eyes to come this way. But I was like, I told people, go back and watch the opening statements. Please. She predicted this. Okay. She said this was going to happen, and it's all come true. So I had 2 questions, but now since I've heard you talk to Attorney Erie and Mel and what you've said, I got one statement and a question. The statement is, in 2021, my nephew came to live with me. He was 16 years old. My kids are now 4, they're 4, 4, and 5. They're 16 months apart. They're 4 and 6. I'm about to have 5 and 6-year-olds, 2 boys. I have never had a more, and I don't want to get emotional, I have never had a more effed up experience than to try to explain to my 16-year-old nephew why he can't walk in this neighborhood with a hoodie on, with his both AirPods in. Take one out, pull your hood down. He's got a mustache. His voice sounds like Barry White. I had to explain that even though he's a boy who loves anime and video games, that you fit the description.
Yep.
Now, that nephew is into anime and all those things, so we went to his graduation and things like that. But my godson threw rocks at the penitentiary. I mean, anything he could do, no matter what we said, no matter where we showed up. So when I saw Little Rod, I saw Tori. I saw my godson, who I do these video calls with. So for you to sit there with that baby and literally through a TV all the way in Arizona, it looks like you're giving him the love that he did not get. I don't know what it was for you. I don't know. I'm just telling you what it looked like.
She looked like she was going to suck him off when they got in the back. Stop lying, bitch. You going to try and go viral with this phony ass soapbox type shit. Y'all bitches don't be caring about them young boys getting railroaded on a regular day. Motherfucking niggas was getting railroaded in the courtroom right upstairs and downstairs while y'all bitches in there talking about y'all give a fuck about Lil Rod in there. Stop lying, bitch. Come on, bro. Shorty doing that's, man, what the fuck, bro? Like, what the fuck? First off, Holmes ain't no baby. Yo, a young man. We ain't doing all that over here, kid, and all that. Nah, technically, we telling niggas off top. Nigga, when you turn 16, they send you to adult prison. So we not gonna keep, you ain't no kid once you could go to that big joint. So wherever you at, whenever they gonna charge you as an adult, that's when the fuck you an adult. Ain't no here, baby. Hell no, they don't treat you like that out this motherfucker. So why the fuck we always talking about niggas' babies? First off, don't other communities you technically consider grown at 13 and 14 and shit? So what's up with this pacifying and calling niggas? Nah, where that come from? That's that bullshit right there. Straight up, no motherfucking babies. My mother ain't even talk like that. That's why I wasn't calling home when I got locked up. She already told me what time it is. They gonna lock your ass up, and they ain't playing with young niggas. They don't give a fuck. They gonna lock niggas up. what is this? He a baby and all that. That's pacifying. Niggas ain't no goddamn babies, cuz. Once your ass 16 and 17, you could go up and work, and they gonna charge you as an adult if you do something serious. So technically, you're not no baby no more. You're not no little boy. They gonna treat you on some real grown man shit, and you don't want to get your wheels waxed. So if you don't want your wheels waxed, you better grow up right now before you go somewhere where they gonna wax your wheels. Straight up, babies get their wheels waxed.
That made me be able to not miss a phone call. That made me feel like there's a chance. So my statement is
Cry.
and I'm going with Arian. You got to circle back because you don't know whose future or purpose is tied to meeting you later on in the future. They need you. Do what you got to do now. PI, I heard that's big money. They wasn't paying you. Get your money, okay? Get your coins. But when you can, there is a baby out there that needs you. They need you.
Making me cry. Oh my God.
Please, please. This is from me. Layperson in tech, no legal bone. I just watched trials. But from me, I'm skipping a question. Arian, please circle back. Nobody would have ever done for that baby what you sat there and did.
Yeah.
And so my question is, the one that I will keep, is how? Everybody else is sitting there with 30-year-old men. When they have a bad day, or they see Brian Steele, or they see an attorney about to go to jail, or they see somebody lying, kids don't react the way grown men do. How did you keep Lil Rod morale? He went through some things during trial. We heard it. We heard the screams. We heard what was happening. Like, how did you do it? I don't know what Angel.
She's playing the role of the over-the-top black lady that's just making it a goddamn gossip show. That's the role she playing on the internet. Golly. Like the typical 227 out the window nosy bitch style. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't condone this shit right here. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't like this style she using, y'all. I hate to be, you know how I be trying to hold down the urban community? This the part I don't fuck with right here. I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. You know, I wish I did, but I don't. I ain't trying to be no hater, but I ain't gonna lie. This whole style she got right here, this gossipy / you know, soapbox type style, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm feeling, I don't know what the fuck this is right here. I don't know. I'm getting itchy or something. Straight, I ain't trying to be no fucking hater, bro. I know some people like this style. I ain't jacking this shit. I don't even like when people talk about people like this in real life. I leave. If I go somewhere, y'all, and it's this type of convo going on with this flavor, I'm out. It's something. I ain't fucking with it. I hate to do that. I hate to do that, bro.
Angel Dust, you
It's her.
are made of. But how did you do it?
Oh my gosh. Thanks for making me cry. I mean, he is a child.
Bro.
So of course, children have tantrums. But I also remembered he is a child.
He not no fucking child. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. They saying that too much, y'all. And that is not even the perception of, I don't know where this coming from. Yo, it's clearly charged as an adult, y'all. I do not know where this perception of he is a child. Bro. Top left is loony, y'all. She's still a child too, y'all. She off a little bit. Be careful. Be careful. You better retract that statement. If she see that, she might pull up, bro. She is loony bent. Yes, sir. That's her first and last name. Looney Ben. Mm-hmm. That's her first and last name, bro. Looney Ben.
So I knew not to take things personal. I would still do things for him, even though I'd be like, should I? But I'm like, well, yeah, because nobody else would. Nobody else is going to. The way my parents raised me, I mean, you probably heard about my uncle, like from young. I've always learned, like, you always have to help somebody.
What? It was your job. You wasn't helping him. First off, you was getting paid. First off, and you obviously ain't had no other work. You wasn't busy, or you wouldn't have been able to get booked. So, help who? You was getting paid, bitch. You was doing your job. Fuck is she talking about? Look how that worked.
You never know.
Help who?
And I just knew, being in Georgia, seeing the evidence, seeing how the prosecutors were acting, seeing how the judge was acting, I was like, if I walk away from this, or if I have a messed up attitude with him, why would he even try to do better? Nobody. I mean, it's basically showing, like, the first trial.
This is literally a panel of yes men. Everybody just shaking their head. This is weird. I'm gonna make sure I don't never shake my damn head when I'm talking to nobody. I ain't fuck all that.
We saw how Mariah the liar was. So the first time the justice system failed him. Now he's in the second trial where he's a RICO, and he doesn't even need to be there. So now he's in a second trial where the justice system is failing him. So I'm not going to fail him. That was my whole thing. I'm not going to fail him. Everybody else already has. I'm not going to. Not in the legal community. I'm not going to. His first attorney was not crap. I'm just going to put that out there. His first attorney in the trial.
Shorty looked like a fucking a grown ass girl Chucky doll. Fucking good girl. 34 years old. A goddamn 34-year-old Gerber baby girl and shit. Like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Hey, get her ass off of here. Get her fluffy face ass up off here.
It was amazing, but we see how Mariah the liar was, and I was actually, because we saw all those other things happen.
Yo, I think we only got like 1 or 2 black people, to be honest. I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah, I know. Say 5. I say tops 2. If you know, you know. Something fishy going on.
And the other acts and counts or whatever, people know that even if nobody's home, APD is going to show up and take a report of a drive-by shooting. So was your house really shot multiple times? But in the first trial, I mean, all they have is her saying, they shot up my house. And what do you do from that? So I get it, but it's unfortunate. That's the only reason, though, because I just knew.
I just
Sorry,
think
Ms. Williams, I hate to interject. There are no police reports from that?
No, because it didn't happen. And we saw how we saw, like, what, somebody's house got shot up and nobody was there, but the cops were still called. We saw people get dragged into from their home to jail to testify about 2 bullets being in their home, and we don't have a shooter. But her house got shot up multiple times. Okay, Mariah the liar, keep it up.
Well, but just to interject myself, doesn't that mean it was riddled with bullets?
riddled, that means it was riddled.
But if it was riddled with bullets, there would be at least one.
that you know what? Extremely fair point. Yes, extremely fair point.
And that's why the prosecutors were like, "Oh, let's show them these bullets," because they weren't there. And she got locked in her basement, and they weren't like, let's throw in some charges of false imprisonment and maybe some kidnapping. Oh my God, because she was lying.
She found a random cell phone in a random with the
basement.
phone with no lock on it. Where she
right,
called
and the police were already at her parents' house, but
when
how did they know to go there?
She called her grandma and her mom, but when she called her mom, the cops were already there.
Yo, these people ain't catch the flying car though.
Well, is it because you set somebody up to be killed?
That's exactly what this is. I'll say it. That's exactly what that is. Well, all I'm going to say is I pray the best for his situation. I really do for the beginning of this trial, I said, why is that little boy in there with those grown men? Why is he in there? Why is he in there? Why is he in there? But at this point, I thank God that he was in there, because had his life not happened on the trajectory that it did, he would have never came across you. He would never came across where the state played out his appeal for him. This would have never happened for him. They would have just let him keep going on the wrong path until he just finally did enough. And like I tell my godson all the time, they let you F up while you're young, because at that point, you're not an asset. You're a liability. They got to pay for you to get an education. They got to pay for you to do things. They have to pay to take care of you, to make sure you're okay. Once you become an asset and you can begin to work for them, then at that point, there's no more mommy coming to pick you up. There's no more breaking curfew. And he literally pulled that. I'm talking about juvenile life, 15 to right before he turned 19, got shot up at 19, and he was back in there by 21. Okay, like, when I say don't believe fat meat greasy till now,
you know,
Mama T, I should have listened. Ain't no shit for the water now, buddy.
Right.
Like, what you want me to do? I can answer the phone. I can send a couple dollars. I can. What do you want me to do with this now? So I have him watching this trial as much as he can. I update him on this trial. I'm letting him know, you wanted to run with these big guys and stuff like that, this would have happened to you.
You ain't going in case law or trying to raise money to hire him. And none of these lawyers are saying, yo, could I look at his case? I might be able to do something. Peep game, y'all. She's saying she got a kid that's locked up right now and nobody's offering to look into his case. Peep game. Why nobody say, oh yeah, what's the case number? Yo, let me tell you something, yo. When you know somebody that's a bail's bombing, right, and say you round them, and you on the phone, they fuck with you. Say you on the phone, somebody like, yo, your people's got locked up. They over here. When you hang up, they gonna ask you, yo, your people's locked up? Oh yeah, what's their name and birth date? They ready to run they shit and find out how much the bail is and use their connections to help you because they just heard the situation you talking about. And this what they do. And look, the least I could do is get all the info for you. Least I could do. I'm about to find out if he got a bail and where and when, how, you feel me, all that. We could work out, all of the, I'm gonna do my job. That's what I do. So I'm telling y'all, this how I've been. Look, they just exposed themselves. Shorty say she got somebody that's over there. All right, his case already went through. Woo. All right. Remember, I've been said, I said, yo, anybody that know law, according to, technically, you could basically look through people's files and really scrub through and look for all types of stuff. The least you going to be doing is filing some motions on the back end to see if you can make something shake. I'm telling you, come on, bro. It's too much stuff. We got ineffective counsel. We got Brady. We got, if I know this, come on, bro.
But had he had somebody that just wasn't going to sit there and say, oh, well, they said you were this and that. It was 3 of y'all in the car. So they're going to put the pum on everybody. So you might as well just sign this. Had he had somebody sit there and say, listen.
Look, nobody still speaks up. She just spoke about it. He got lined up. She just gave the example. Nobody not ready to speak up and say, what happened? Hold up, y'all. Look, we got a live example of them cop. Look, they ready. Stay quiet. Hold up. Look at the faces. Look. Where her husband at? Where husband at? He supposed to came out the cut. What'd you just say?
He's a 30-year-old man. He's a 16, 17-year-old boy. What is going on here? Maybe something would have finally went through his head. At this point, I pray that everything that you came across as, everything you exuded on the TV has resonated in Lil Rod's soul. And I pray that even if that baby go do something crazy again, which I don't ever believe it'll be this crazy, but even if he ends up in another situation, he might pop off, but he gonna remember you. Even if it's the anime, even if it's a cartoon, he might pop. He's a kid. He might pop off. He's been in some situations. They literally put a kid in the jungle and expect him not to act as such. He has to survive. So when they act like, oh, he's doing this in the jail, he has to survive. He's in there with grown men and dealing with some big boy charges, okay? He can't be a baby in there. So I pray that when
But you call him a baby. Man, what the fuck?
he gets out, that everything that you attempted to do, attempted to implant in him, I pray that seed was sowed. And I thank you.
I hope so too, because I hope so. I think seeing this trial, seeing how the state was grasping for straws for everything, I think he learned some things too. I think he learned how they could just create fiction. I mean, we saw how Hogan investigated. My client was maybe a little bit taller than me, but the description was tall. Okay. I would never call my client tall, ever. Never. I would be like, he's small and tiny. I would never say he was tall and be like, you know what? That's him. Let's go get him.
Thank you, Miss Jefferson. I know we're over time. I only promised to hold you for an hour, but I promise we're wrapping up. I'm going to go to Yo-Yo real quick before we close it out. Hey, Yo-Yo.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me, Taylor. Attorney D. Williams, I'm so excited to talk to you. Number one, I'm a Fulton County resident. I'm probably right up the street from wherever you are right now, but I'm also a law student at Tulane Law. I'm earning my MJD in the labor and employment law space, and I've been a labor and employment law professional for upwards of 10 years now. So if you're looking to jump to another side in the law space, hit me up. All for it. I think it takes us in every space, having our voices at every table to bring representation and just our voices where it matters most to people that look like us. So thank you for the work that you've done. I had 2 questions for you, and then I'm gonna get out the way. I took one question from one of my followers that I want to ask.
Look at Shorty in the middle eating that dark meat.
They asked about the moment when you really cracked that code. Like, Lord,
what code?
Rod was already sentenced to life for what we saw to be a investigation that was all jacked up. That moment when you really cracked the code and, you know, really got to stand in front of a room full of people and a worldwide audience and say, I cracked it. We don't know that we got the right answers here. In that moment, you were really holding the investigators accountable, the state accountable. Like, kind of walk us through what you were thinking in that moment, and then...
Kat, what part of the trial you seen? I ain't see that shit. I swear to God. Shorty making some shit up. I ain't see this part. I swear to God, I ain't see this part. I'm fucked up. I missed that day. She cracked what code? What code she cracked? I swear to God, I wasn't there that day. What the fuck? I knew something wasn't right. I missed the day, but I went live every day. That's crazy. What the fuck happened? She brought up some shit. I don't even remember.
Watching Brian Steele kind of advocate this before the state Supreme Court, like, kind of bring us full circle in that moment for you.
Like when I realized that my client didn't do it?
Yes, all of it. And then when you brought it and you clocked them on that T, like all of it. Full circle.
So I met my client like in person, like in December. And that's when I got all the discovery. I didn't realize it was going to be that much discovery. I was like, oh my God. But I was going through the statements of the victims, the ones who like survived. And they were saying, both of them said it was a tall guy with dreads to his bicep, and it was just one shooter. And I kept looking at my client. I was like,
that ain't you.
Right. I was like, yeah, I was like, what was your hair like back? I used to get asked you so many random questions. Like, what was your hair like back then? Like, has anybody ever called you tall? Like, who are you hanging out with? Maybe you're hanging out with a bunch of little people, so you seem tall. Like, what's going on? And I used to ask him some weird questions. And then I went to the scene too, and I remember the Mariah the Liar's testimony. I was like, wait, if this shooting happened here, where they say it happened, that means she would
You went to the scene after she testified? That's crazy.
have ran through 3 breezeways after she met some dude she doesn't know, didn't go to his house to flee from bullets, ran to an open park where the shooting was taking place to get closer? What?
Right.
And then I read the trial transcript and I was like, who is this Brazy girl? I was like, oh, you didn't do this. And he was like, I keep trying to tell people. I was like, I mean, you probably have a hostile attitude towards public defenders. I get it. I know people do that. So you probably weren't being forthcoming. I get that. But I had the privilege of being able to have like his only just that as part of his RICO. So I was able to go in and dissect it, really go through it, ask him, because, you know, usually when you're an attorney, you don't have your client with you every single day for like 2 years. Mm-hmm. So I get to ask him questions as I'm going through it, like, wait, did you even know her? Did you know him? How long did you... I'm going through your Instagram. I don't even see any messages between y'all 3 until like what is going on? And so once I realized for sure, like, he did not do it, I was like, oh, I have a strategy. And I told him, I was like, I have a strategy. We're not saying anything. We're going to be quiet. I'm going to talk my stuff in my opening. I'm going to let them know what this is. And when we get Mariah the liar on the stand, I'm going to light her up.
So why take a plea again? Why he take? Bro, it just sat with me. It just hit me. It just dawned on me, y'all. Hold up. What happened? And ain't nobody saying nothing right now. I'm confused. He pled out.
I wanted to know about that moment. Like, you know, when you inside the huddle and you like, what was the team thinking? And is there more insight that you are able to share about that moment when you and Attorney Abbasi came together on that common knowledge of like, no, we about to ride for our client. Like, this is not what the state is saying isn't what happened. What was that moment for the two of you together when you came together on that knowledge?
Well, so Miss Abbasi, she was always on the team, like, but a lot of people had been helping me because they knew I was a newer attorney. Mm-hmm. And he had an all-women crew. He doesn't even know, but it was all-women crew. Mm-hmm. And they used to always help me in different ways. Okay. And then finally, Miss Abbasi was like, you want me to jump on the trial? I was like, you'll jump on the trial? I was like, oh my God, that would be so perfect. I was like, because I can handle, because I had a lot more witnesses to go, but we're not even going to get into that. But I had a lot more witnesses to go, but she was going to take the lead investigator. and I was going to take all the lay witnesses and the gang expert. And we were going to light into them because they were going to lower their guard because, I have a nice voice. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to go tit for tat with you. I'm just going to get the information that I need. But Leah Abbasi, she's going tit for tat. So we matched it up with the personalities because we knew, like, the officer was going to be kind of like a cowboy. And she was going to rein him in, and it was going to be great. And I was like, I cannot wait to watch this.
We needed that woman power today. Thank you for giving us that moment of, yes, women coming together.
Oh, that's what this is? I should have fucking known. Ain't this a bitch?
My last question, so I can give this back to Taylor. As someone that lives in Atlanta, in Fulton County, I would be remiss if I did not ask. We've seen everybody talking about this community. We need to vote certain people out. We need to do certain things. What would you say your call to action is for your community right in Fulton?
Calls to action. Ain't this a bitch?
Fulton County, right in Atlanta. The election has now ended. We see the results when it comes to certain positions. So what would you say your call to action is for your community and people that want to support this community?
Honestly, I was a little disheartened when we were going through jury selection because there were so many people of color, all different shades, who want to get out of jury duty. And they had the jobs that would pay them. And as a juror, you have more power than the judge, more power than the prosecutor, more power than anybody in that courtroom. So if you have an officer like Detective Hogan who is like, I don't really want to do any police work. I know this person has a ton of guns, but I'm not going to do a search warrant. For what? Why are we going to look for a weapon? I could just make something up and you're going to go with it.
Mm-hmm. Squirrel brain.
Right. Just like what he said, right. Right. So if you know that you could get away with it, you could get people locked up and certain jurors are not going to come in. They're not going to hold anybody accountable. Why would you change? And you're sending a message to the DA. You keep letting people go because you're like, that doesn't really make sense, or I don't see enough evidence. The DA is going to be like, whoa. We need y'all to actually, investigate. There are probably a ton of people in jail right now because of Detective Hogan, because he made up some story and went with it, and a juror was like, I just want to go home, guilty. So being a juror is like one of the biggest things. They have the most power.
Your insight for the community, and that, I think the message you just gave is for anybody that gets that jury duty notice, wherever you are, knowing how much weight your voice carries and your presence carries in that moment. So thank you for connecting with us, and Taylor, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I cannot do this without y'all. Like, y'all were the panel for a reason. Like, everybody up here was selected for a specific reason, and y'all always deliver. So thank you for always supporting me when we have our special guests and showing out, because y'all questions be it. Y'all statements be it. So thank you. Misty Williams, everybody, we started
the girl at the bottom looked like Thug.
Where you was
Hell
at.
yeah.
You was out on that yacht. Was you on the yacht or was you on the cruise? You was on the boat.
I wish it was a yacht.
I was looking for you on my cruise.
Thug like the cuter version of her. They got the same teeth and all that. That's crazy. You right.
Misty Williams.
Somebody got paid $5,000, not $50.
Shorty right here look like Pee Wee Longway. Fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Can't tell if it's a dream or if it's real life.
Yeah.
Rewind the last days on a still night.
Fuck wrong with you?
He ain't played for a minute, but he's still nice. If the beat got you empty verses, then it get killed twice. Backpack rapper with the drugs in it. My man don't talk on his phone cause bugs in it. He told me do my thing, just put your blood in it. Thinking out the box, my nigga, but ain't no fugs in it. Champagne wishes drinking Hennessy. They claiming that they ball, but they fake injury.
Fuck wrong with you?
I was in the lab making remedies. We was in the streets trying to make it in the industry. Baby, it's a dream.
Hey, yo. She looked more like Pee Wee Longway than she looked like Thug. Yo, this is crazy, bro. What the fuck, bro? Yeah, she went and got that pack. You think she got the backside too? Who? She got the backside? She got the Kayla Bumpers package. What is that, Mr. Ed? She went to the joint and said, give me the Mr. Ed. He like, oh, the Mr. Ed, that's popular. That's popular. She like, only because you got the Black Friday sale, I'm going to get the Mr. Ed. Hell yeah. Regular, the BBL costs the BBL with the teeth. If you want the regular set, it costs $13,000. But if you get the Mr. Ed package, it's $9,500. Hell yeah. That Mr. Ed, they going crazy for that Mr. Ed. Hell yeah. Ever since he started that package deal, shit been crazy. I bet there's mad horses walking around Atlanta right now. Big teeth, big ass. You know how it go. That Caleb Bumpers package, boy. Niggas been knocking horses down. They got mad little ponies in the schools around there. They bet they be getting teased. Niggas probably like, yo, you, hell yeah, boy. You a horse baby. So niggas that come from mothers with BBLs and fake teeth, they call horse babies in the ATL. Hell yeah. Hey, Bo. Hey, yo, I was on Instagram. I seen your mother. Hell yeah, she got the Mr. Ed package. Boy, you a horse baby. Hell yeah, boy. She work at the strip club. Boy, you a horse baby. Hell yeah, we seen her. She got the fake ass looking like Mr. Ed, boy. Hell yeah. We seen your moms, cuz. You a horse baby. My Little Pony ass niggas. Like, where your mother at, bro? I got a saddle, bro. Hey, yo, guess what I got, bro? I got a saddle, bro. About to go ride your mom's. Yo, I can't resist. Ever since she got that horse package, I just want, yeah. It's like yo, tell your mother, hey, yo, I'm coming over tonight. Holler at your mother, bro. Hell yeah. Trying to be a cowboy, bro. Ride your mother back all night, boy. Hell yeah, boy. Yo. I bet mad little niggas get teased in school. Where your mother at, bro? Yo, because this was happening with authentic booties. So with the fake joints, I know it's mega jokes going on, bro. I can't imagine myself as a young man how I would tell a nigga about his mother, but like, bro, golly, bro, god damn, bro. Where she went to Tijuana? She got that joint from Tijuana. We'll be telling niggas, yo, hell yeah, I seen online, bro. Hell yeah, bro. Your mother got the Tijuana joint. Fake joint coming from Tijuana, bro. I could tell. Cause it don't got no shake, but it do got like you know what I mean, a little curve. That's the Tijuana. Nah, bro, that's not Brazilian. That's Tijuana. No. Nah, that's your mom's, bro. I got the picture right here in my phone. Look, now when you line it up with look, here go an example of the Tijuana. Now look at your mother. And I got some video. Watch the video. Look how it move. You see? That's how you could tell. Nigga like, yo, what you doing with the video? Yo, your mother put it on Instagram, bro. What you talking about, bro? She sent it. Come on, bro. She put it out here in the public, bro. I wasn't snooping. It's public, bro. Yeah. That's crazy, though. Niggas got video vixen mothers and shit. Fake BBLs. They thinking about that? They son gonna have to go to school and explain that. Yo. It's called a gag. Imagine, bro. She can't come drop you off. Niggas like, yo, wait, your mother dropped you off? Yo, where'd she go? Like, yo, that was your mother in the van? Damn, bro, she ain't get out. Fuck. That's crazy, though. I ain't gonna lie, that ain't right. I'm telling y'all, my man had a mother and she had a big booty. Niggas was on her. Straight up little niggas looking for her. I swear to God, shit sound crazy though, bro. Listen, let me explain. Listen. Check it out. Niggas like 15, you know, we range from about 14 to about 15, 16, right? So look, check it out. One of my man's stepmother was, I'm talking about music video type status, real rap. I'm talking about like real crazy type with it, right? Really, come find out. I really think she was a stripper. No cap. But at this point, that didn't matter to us, right? She just was like, yeah. Technically, she was built like a music video chick. To be honest, bro, she was a little bit Nicki Minaj's. I hate to exaggerate. Yeah, dark skin, right? Grown, solid. You know what I mean? So, like, you know how this goes. So, over time, as we used to come to your house, everybody gets smitten at some point because they catch it in their hip. Like, oh, yeah. So, it becomes a thing in the neighborhood. Oh, where niggas ready to go type shit. And you always had to fend niggas off. Now, other dudes got some mothers that's cool, but nah, bro. Because Holmes' father, his father must have had him young. So, Shorty must have been like, she probably was barely like, touching 30 or something like that. You understand? So she looked young to niggas too. So, well, not young, but you know, she ain't look grown like somebody, like other niggas' mother. So look, the shit used to really be funny though, because yo used to have to make niggas chill, bro. And I used to have to lay back a little bit because she was, right? Like, niggas wasn't reaching with this one, y'all. This one was a real, yo, where your mother at? Like, and it's his stepmother though, but he still got to tell niggas to chill because it used to get crazy. Because dudes would really be on some, yo, let's go up to his house. Let's go knock on his door. Just for this, y'all. I promise. I witnessed it. I used to have to tell dudes chill. Like, yo, chill. Now, if we really got reason to go there, I don't mind. But I ain't for that just going alerting. Yo, y'all niggas thirsty. Fuck y'all stalking that lady. You know what I mean? She knew what time it was, though. I'm talking about, bro. His father used to even trip. I think a couple times, like we used to catch him like with the father with her at the same time, and yo already knew what time it was. Like these little niggas be geeking. Oh, he wasn't the only one like that. Look, it was another dude. It wasn't my man mother. This was a dude that we worked for that lived in the neighborhood, and he was close to our age. So we dudes was on your wife too. So the whole moral to the story is, young boys right now and they mother got the BBL on their back, man, they getting the blues in school. They don't even know what they doing, man. That ain't fair, yo. They gonna be super popular just because they mother, first off. All the connects in the world gonna know, yo. You almost like making it like crazy for yo. What's crazy is that my grandson 10 in 5th grade, and he said all the female teachers be gagging. Yeah. Rather that than fat mom joke. I don't know, Armed. I don't know. I don't know about this one. I'm glad I was in the gray area, y'all. I got the pass. I was cool. I ain't had to get into this. I'm lucky. I made out. But yeah, y'all. That's I'll be back, y'all. I'm about to do some research, lay back for the rest of the day. I seen that pop up on my timeline. YouTube sent it to me. And I just wanted to see what she was gonna say, y'all. It wasn't that bad of an interview. She gave us a little, it showed us a lot. Put it like that. For job security, I see why she played it safe in that interview. Real rap. But that's scary. That's scary to me. I don't like the way they kept calling yo a child or a boy or whatever they was doing. Man, listen. I think it's a problem with young black men being called that, and they want to babyfy them until they're grown, and they not grooming them to be young men that's actually efficient with understanding what the fuck going on. So by keep calling somebody a baby, you telling them they can still be a child. When in reality, America treats them like they grown at 15 and 14. I know niggas who was locked up as adults, I think, at 14 and 15, y'all. Real rap. So, like, all that old calling grown adults in America babies and shit like that, once they, really, I'm going to say 17 minimum. If you a civilian, 17, you still grown because you right on that cusp. So if you slip up, technically they ain't playing with you. That's if you green. You know what I mean? I'll give you a little bit of, you know, pass with that. But financially, you automatically need to, I mean, you, in reality, you need to be treating yourself like an adult at about 14. To be honest, because you already need to be prepping. And that's the things they don't want our community to be focused on. So they want to keep telling our young black men that they children and they babies and all this. That's cap. That's cap. Holmes should already know about politics and understand that what's going on with the law before he even get exposed to it. Straight up. So that's the problem. They want us to keep feeling like kids and all that. But yet they sit up here and say, once we get old and ran through the system already, oh, come to find out he was smart enough to be an entrepreneur if somebody would have gave him a chance. You see the play? You see the play? So be careful when these people get up here, watch their mouth, don't really expose what they should have. Because mind you, this was a whole bunch of people that said they talking about law. But yet they ain't give us no real details on how they was getting railroaded. They just telling us on the surface, on the back end, yeah, I knew he was innocent and all this type stuff. That's crazy, though. They ain't tell us that Miss Love and them tried to railroad them boys. Why nobody didn't say that? Not one person. They ain't tell us that this was all a play. Political, possibly. They ain't allude to none of that, did they? Stay very clear of it. Peep game. Salute to all y'all, man. I'll see y'all in a little bit, man. Let me get myself, you mean, let me go back to minding my business and shit real quick. But that was interesting, though. Holla.